Florida condo owners won't be getting relief from potentially expensive association fees for building repairs before the end of the year. There's a December 31st deadline where many Florida condominium associations have to complete an inspection report and budget for future repairs as lawmakers passed a law preventing another Surfside tragedy. In other words, you got to pay for the inspections and then find out how much it's going to cost to do the repairs, and it's all got to be done by the 31st. And a lot of condo owners are like, we can't afford this right now.
Right. So it sounds like all of that's going to move forward. But then we did hear from Governor DeSantis, I think it was like a month or two ago, where he was insinuating that maybe there could be changes to that law that allow for repairs that are needed that aren't super urgent to be postponed a little bit or something along those lines.
Yeah, they've got to spread it out over time and make some exceptions if it's not an imminent threat because they just can't afford it.
Yeah, but there was hope, I know, among a lot of condo owners that the legislature would come back and do a special session before next year to address this. That's what's not going to happen.
No, because the newly elected House Speaker Daniel Perez says it's an issue that they will take up next year during the regular legislative session. Now, that doesn't mean the governor couldn't call them back in a special session, but there's no indication right now that that's going to happen. And so many people are concerned that whatever revisions they would make to the law will take place after this deadline on the 31st.
Yeah. All right. So that's something to keep an eye on because I know, there are some condo owners, we've talked about it, where they are freaking out about this.
Oh, yeah, they get these assessments for like $100,000.
Yeah, they're just not going to be able to stay in their homes. There was another report that I saw the other day that was showing where you have a housing market that's actually doing pretty well in a lot of places across the country, but now here in Florida, Tampa, Miami,
Jacksonville. Big drops.
Home sales, huge drops.
Yeah, big drops. That was a report from Redfin, and it shows that the hurricanes combined with just the overall expense of insurance and properties have made the market less desirable. Now, remember, we went through a housing boom after the pandemic.
Yep.
So maybe things are coming back to normal. But compared to the rest of the country, which overall is seeing an increase, in many of our biggest cities, we're seeing decreases in prices.
Yeah, good, because I'm looking for a house, and so I don't want to have to pay a huge amount.
So you're happy with this?
Yeah, I am, because it means that the prices have dropped too. There's a couple of homes I've had my eye on, and the prices just keep going down.
Yeah, so as a buyer,
it's a buyer's market right now. Yes.
Right. But for those trying to sell, you have no problem with them getting screwed as the prices come down.
They're not getting screwed because they probably made money when they sold their home before when the prices were super high.
Prices haven't come down that much.
If you look at what they actually paid for the home, too, and what I'm going to pay, they still are making out.
Yeah, it's not the Great Recession. Where, the prices have just completely bottomed out. They're just down compared to the rest of the country.
But you would hope that they would bottom out so you can get your great deal on your home.
That's right. That's what I'm hoping for.
Bottom out without a recession.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Now, on the condo issue, another problem there, I've looked at some different condos, and while the deal initially seems great, it's once you get to the HOA fees, holy crap.
Yeah, they don't include that in the price, do they?
No, not like they do, but, there's like a headline price, and then you start to take a look at, how much that's going to cost you every month. And
Yeah, well, in a condo place, you're paying for the pool, the fitness center, all the amenities, the upkeep
broken
of the
elevators.
building.
Yeah.
Yes, the landscaping. Those HOA fees will kill you.
Right. So that's another issue that we're having here in Florida that's impacting those sales.
So Pam Bondi is back. Well, at least as a commentator. The former Attorney General of Florida is now advocating for the Republican National Committee co-chair Lara Trump to be the replacement for Senator Marco Rubio, who is President-elect Trump's Secretary of State. Bondi, one of the names believed to be on Governor DeSantis' list, but that list seems to be losing steam by the day.
Yeah, is DeSantis really going to do interviews with different candidates and stuff like that?
I think he might, just to make himself feel better about it, like as if he's, the appearance of him making an independent decision, and then at the last minute, I think he's going to pick her.
Yeah, it's
so interesting. As a governor, he still has a lot of power, even though he's in the final 2 years of his term. But when it comes to anything next to Trump, he has no power.
No. Once it was floated that Lara Trump might be a good pick. And once she came out and said she wants to do it, that's it.
Yeah, and everyone's falling in line and saying they support her, too.
Now, Pam Bondi is interesting. Wouldn't she have been a better pick for Trump for Attorney General? I mean, you wouldn't have had
a better pick than Matt Gaetz.
I mean, I feel like Trump could have gotten done a lot of what he wants done at the Department of Justice with Pam Bondi. She's not going to say no to whatever he would want to do there, and you wouldn't have all the baggage that they're having to deal with to try to get this Matt Gaetz nomination.
Unless Trump's plan is just to troll the Senate and to troll, Congress and everything else, because this is creating a lot of buzz. It's creating a lot of controversy, and it's almost like he seems to, relish in that. Yeah. So if that's what he was trying to do, then Matt Gaetz was the perfect choice. If he wanted to make a, more predictable, say, sensible choice, gosh, the list is endless.
Yeah, no, there are a lot of names. Pam Bondi, I think, would be one of them. But it could be one of those deals where it's like, ideally, I'd like to get Matt Gaetz. We'll see if we can get everybody in line, because pretty much everybody falls in line with Trump anyway. And if not, then, eventually they'll move on to another choice. So it could be some of that in play. Also, you get to see who is all in and who is a little hesitant on certain things. We talked earlier, Matthew Whitaker was named ambassador to NATO by Trump yesterday. He was Trump's former acting attorney general. He's the one who I said probably should have gotten the nod, because he's got obviously a lot of experience, including being the acting attorney general under Trump. Trump likes him. He goes on TV. He defends him. Yeah, he's done the job. There's no questions about his qualifications. He would do, I think, what Trump wanted at the Department of Justice. Instead, he was named ambassador to NATO, even though he didn't have any foreign policy experience whatsoever.
But a lot of Trump's picks don't have direct experience with any of these departments.
No.
And that seems to be the pattern.
Yeah, it's going to be, you're going to do what Trump says, basically. That's going to be the mandate.
And what goes on behind the scenes is probably going to be most significant when it comes to making changes at these agencies.
Yeah.
Whoever goes out on TV and speaks in front of the cameras all the time and is the figurehead of the department may not be the only part of the process.
You're right, and that's a point that I've made a couple of times. Keep an eye on who the deputies are at a lot of these agencies, because they're going to be handling
the serious people.
Yeah, the heavy load. All right, what else is going on this morning, Chris?
A prominent Miami high school football coach has been removed following the emergence of video that appears to show him viewing pornography on a school computer. The video is obtained by CBS in Miami. It seems to show Max Edwards, the football coach at Miami Jackson Senior, allegedly watching porn in the presence of at least one student who captured the incident on a cell phone. I mean, the whole picture of this. Okay, you got a teacher, a coach with porn, a student there with a cell phone taking video of the whole thing. It's just a bad look. So this guy has obviously been dismissed as they continue the investigation.
Yeah, I mean, it was so out in the open. It's one thing like when James watches porn, he's in his control room and you can't.
With the door closed.
Yeah, with the door closed and all that. I mean, this teacher right out in the open. And
with a student.
Yeah, with a student right there.
Yeah, go home and do that. I just don't understand.
And then the students taking video of the whole thing while there's porn on, and the teacher watching the porn. I mean, it's just.
And we're sure this video is real, right? Because with AI, this kid could very easily, if he's pissed off at the teacher, could easily just make it look like that.
And you think it's a deep fake?
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe he was watching deepfake porn, but I think the video is real. And there was an issue with a substitute teacher in Manatee County, right? Inappropriately messaging a student. So you've got that. So if you're
after allegedly having sex with another student in Hillsborough County. So he just kind of going county to county.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you're a parent and you've got kids in school, you're off to a good start this morning. Nothing to worry about. All right. Chris Trankman with today's top stories. Chris, thanks so much.
Thank you.